Have you guys ever wanted to watch anime with me? Well, now you guys can. We watch all type of anime and we do it on a nightly basis. All you guys have to do is follow me on Twitch and click the link in the description to join the Discord. With that out of the way, let's get into the intro. So I saw this thing on TikTok where basically there was a list of MCs talking about who has trained for their strength, who has really endured a lot of pain and suffering, and who basically got all their strength based off of genetics, luck, etc. And I kind of agreed and disagreed with some stuff on the list, and it really inspired me to make this video. And it was really interesting actually. So I thought it'd be cool for me to examine and take a crack at it. And if there's some people who aren't on this list, I'm only doing 5 because I think those were like the 5 people in the comment section that was, I guess I could debate about. And the people who aren't on this list, for example, Asta, I know that he is hardworking because one, he doesn't have magic, and that he, is basically has the Rock Lee syndrome where he doesn't have anything that everybody else has, and he's training his body and his physical strength in order to combat that. I understand that. Same with Saitama. I know that man, he did like 100 sit-ups, 100 push-ups, 10k run every day to get his power up, and I know that, but I haven't seen those, and so animes and stuff that I haven't seen or read, I don't want to include that because I don't want to basically say nonsense I don't know about. And another person I want to bring up, honorable mention, Edward Elric. That man, even though he can create a transmute and use alchemy without a transmutation circle, because he looked into the portal after committing the alchemy taboo, he still learned and actually used his brain by studying alchemy and the different alchemic reactions, the different molecules, the different stuff, brainy stuff in order for him to really and truthfully use his alchemy. So, but yeah, if you guys enjoy regular content like this, make sure you guys like the video, subscribe to the channel, and hit that notification bell so you guys never miss out on a video. So with that out of the way, my name is Potential Unleashed, and let's see what MCs actually trained and worked hard for their power. So the 5 people on this list include Gon, Deku, Naruto, Luffy, and Goku. And there's some controversial stuff. People are saying that Naruto trained and worked harder and longer than Luffy. People are saying, yes, even though Deku ate All Might's hair, he still doesn't work hard. That was just gifted to him. And I want to address some of that because some of that's not true. Even though I don't even know why people thought that. But anyway, and there's going to be 2 people on this list that have asterisks that are borderline in between working hard and just basically based off of genetics. So the first person that we're going to talk about, who I said has an asterisk, is Gon Freesis, right? So Gon, he's the son of Jin, and Jin is one of the 12 zodiacs. He's also considered one of the strongest hunters and one of the most powerful nen users. And Gon, at the end of Hunter x Hunter, well, it's not over, but at the end of the anime and the stuff that we have up to date, Gon is 14 years old, and at the same time, before he turned 14, he got his hunter's license at 12, and he was already beating up and really stronger than most adults at that age, which is kind of, that's a little sketchy. And even though it cost him basically almost killed him, and he probably wouldn't be able to use Nen or even be able to move at all, he was able to defeat Pitou. I think that's what her name is, one of the Chimera Ants, where Netero, he also said that she was stronger than him, and Miriam was stronger than him, and Pitou even said that Gon could rival the power of Miriam. So for Gon to be, age 12 to 14 at a young age already being that strong, I'm not saying he didn't work for it, but at the same time, he kind of was gifted that a little bit, right? And so, but like I said, he did have multiple training sessions with Wig, with Bisky, and with Kite. And that's also the reason why Gon is one of the hardest working out there, because he did train with Nen for a long time. It's just that since he was so naturally gifted with it, I guess, is why I kind of have him in the in-between role, right? But Gon did all this work himself. It's not like he got, he got a random power up, was all like, all right, it's time for me to power up. I'm angry or something like that. No, Gon put in the time, the energy, and the effort to do so. And like I said, the asterisk comes just because of how quick and how much time it took him to learn it. I think before they were going to face the Chimera Ants, he was training with Bisky, and him and Killua, they were training to be able to maintain their Nen in like a long time frame. And then the fact that they said it would take years for somebody to do that, and it only took them 1 month. Gon, he's a little suspect for me. So the next character I have is Goku, and no matter how many power-ups, no matter how many forms or anything Goku gets, I don't care what anybody says about him, you have to give that man his credit he deserves. He's one of the hardest working characters in all of anime. Born in the Saiyan race, one of the strongest races actually, but guess what? Goku was considered a lower class warrior and was sent out and was really an outcast to the other Saiyans. He trained with masters like Master Roshi, Mr. Popo, Kami, King Kai, Whis, was considered, like I said, the weakest of his crew, and now he's the strongest, right? Now, Goku, he puts hours on hours, years on years to achieve what he has. He's 37, I think maybe 38, but actually, he's physically like 29 because he was dead. But he trained a lot, even in Otherworld, right? He achieved Super Saiyan 3 after years during the Cell Saga and the start of the Blue Saga, I guess. And I think he has like 2 kind of BS forms. I think Ultra Instinct, the way he achieves that in that time frame and the way he was able to master right then and there, I think that was a little BS. I kind of like the way that the Moro situation happened, where he trained with, I believe the angel was Mirrors. I'm not really too keen on Dragon Ball Super stuff, but he trained with Mirrors in order to keep and be able to attain Ultra Instinct. And also Super Saiyan God, yeah, holding hands and 5 righteous Saiyans, I think that's a little bit BS as well. And I know that the Saiyans are considered one of the strongest race, so he has the Saiyan bloodline within him. But in this series, nobody has seen a Saiyan for thousands of years. Well, a Super Saiyan for thousands of years. And the fact that Goku trained hard to achieve that, and seeing his friends, I guess, die, that kind of, I guess Goku can have an asterisk too, but I feel like he trained harder than Gon and somebody else on this list who also has an asterisk. Now, this one, I really don't understand why people hate on him so much. Maybe it's because he cries a lot. I like him as a character, but at the same time, you have to give credit when credit is due. And Deku is one of the most hardest working characters within anime. Yes, Deku did inherit one of the strongest quirks in One For All, but he didn't know how to use it properly, right? He had to make a vessel that would be able to hold One For All, and it took him 10 months of hard work and hard training to do so. And Deku still hasn't mastered a quirk, because let's face it, he constantly breaks his bones because he doesn't have control. Where in the beginning of the series, he had to strategize and use different limbs, different parts of his body in order for him to use his quirk without automatically going to the hospital. For example, him using his fingers, doing the finger flips, and different things like that. Now, he's constantly training and overexerting himself so he can build a better body and a better vessel for that of One For All. He spends extra time more than anybody else. And I remember a scene when the girls, they were talking about Uraraka's crush. You saw Deku outside working on kicking techniques, trying to better his shoot style so he can learn and achieve One For All fast, so he can become the #1 hero. And Deku also has like the hero notebook where he fanboyed over people, but he also implements different heroes and their styles into his own hero work. So I think Deku, he's the second hardest. I think he's the second hardest working MC when it comes to the new gen anime. I think Asta has him beat there, but the Deku haters, you have to give this man some credit. Naruto's another person on this list that I'm gonna give an asterisk, and let me explain. Yes, I do believe that Naruto is indeed a hard worker. He was originally trash at pretty much anything. He couldn't even create a shadow clone. Well, not a shadow clone, a regular clone. And then now he can create multiple shadow clones and after hard work. And I do feel like he cheated just a little bit, just a tiny little bit in his training. And I guess you could say it was a little bit innovative as well. The fact that he was able to create shadow clones, and they learn from his experiences, and that helps him create a new jutsu in the Rasen Shuriken. And it kind of made him advance his training a little bit in the Sage arc as well. But he did that a little bit on his own. He really only used the shadow clones to hold the Sage power so that he could continuously fight with pain. Now, one thing I have to give him credit for this. It was really impressive, the fact that it took Minato 3 years to learn the Rasengan, and it took Naruto a few weeks to do it. I think the actual number was 37 days. Correct me if I'm wrong, but he learned that, and it rivaled the power of the Chidori. Now, the thing that gives Naruto an asterisk is the Nine Tails. Kuruma is the strongest of the Nine-Tailed beasts, and it wiped out it almost destroyed the Hidden Leaf village, and it took Minato's life in order to be able to seal it and get rid of it. And so the fact that Naruto, all he had to do was become friends with Kuruma in order to really gain that power. Yeah, that's not hard work and training. That's the power of friendship. You thinking of another anime? You think this is fairy tale? Nah. But I'd say anything before the final the fourth Shinobi War arc, I'd give Naruto his credit. Yeah, he trained and worked hard for that. But anything after the war arc, nah, no, that's not. And lastly on the list, we have Monkey D. Luffy. Now, it baffles me. When I was in that comment section, it was ridiculous. People were saying that Naruto worked harder than Luffy. Okay, and they say that Luffy only got strong because he ate the devil fruit. You guys gotta realize, the Gomu Gomu no Mi fruit is not the strongest devil fruit. It's not even the strongest within its niche, right? Logias are stronger than Paramecias, mostly. There's a few exceptions. Logias are stronger than Zones, and that's a few exceptions. And Luffy's devil fruit is probably just a random devil fruit, a normal devil fruit. It took him 10 years to master it, where he lost to people like Ace and Sabo at a young age, where they would use his rubber techniques against him. And then Luffy then greater advanced his devil fruit in the form of gears, where he learned to perfect that during the time skip, and then he learned Haki over the time skip, and then he also learned advanced observation Haki, which could let him see into the future. He didn't perfect it, but he learned it in his fight against Katakuri, and then he learned advanced armament Haki, which is Ryo. I think that's just what they call it in Wano, so I'm gonna just say advanced armament, but he learned that with Hirogoro. So in essence, it really took Luffy 12 entire years, because he was 7 when he ate the Gomu Gomu no Mi fruit. He was 17 when he first set sail, and then the 2-year time skip. So it took Luffy 12 years in order to learn all this, where other people, it took Deku roughly 19 months to be where he's at now. It took Naruto. Yes, Naruto did have a time skip. So maybe we'll say about 3 years. It took 3-4 years. It took Naruto where he's at, and Goku's probably the only MC who it took longer. So stop disrespecting my guy Luffy. But let me know who you guys think is the strongest MC. Personally, I can't really decide. So I'm gonna have to say Goku, Deku, or Luffy for this one. I would, like I said, I would definitely put Asta up here too, if only I've seen Black Clover. I heard it's good, but I don't have any plans of watching it soon because it reminds me too much of Naruto, and I recently saw Naruto like a couple months ago, and I need a break. But let me know who you guys think is the strongest MC. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Also hit that notification bell so you guys never miss out on a video. Follow me on Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat on the screen in the description below as well. And also, if you guys want to watch watch Attack on Titan, The Promised Neverland, Dr. Stone, Jujutsu Kaisen, all that, click the Discord and follow me on Twitch in the description. Thank you guys so much for watching, and don't forget to unleash your potential.